So now I'm here thinking, which of his words should I take? That tomorrow he may not come back and say otherwise. Even the Kumasi one. Samson, even the Kumasi one. I have the story here. 25th March 2025 is here. We've dealt with Dumso in Ashanti region. John Jinapo. He says, as far as I am concerned, we've comprehensively dealt with this because we've powered a new bulk supply point, which is about 3 times the capacity of the old one. Jinapo announced.
He doesn't say he didn't say so. He's only saying he didn't say that it was fully.
What's the meaning
resolved.
Of comprehensively?
Comprehensively is not the same as fully.
No, it is. In fact, comprehensively is even stronger than fully. Comprehensively is even stronger than fully. Comprehensively means that you've looked at every aspect of it without leaving any gap. You gave them this assurance. In fact, you even gave them another assurance in August 2025 when you said that the entire country has been resolved. But let me even go into where I am worried, and I'll give you the data. January 2025, immediately the government was sworn in. He wasn't then the minister yet, but at least he's been ranking for a very long time.
Then he's the commentary tracker.
The first announcement he made was that this country is on a red alert and that we had only 5 hours of supply of gas or fuel for our power plants.
Yeah, that's true.
No, please, I'm not saying it's not true.
That's a fear and panic.
Yes. Immediately he said that. Immediately he said that. Yeah. Immediately he said that. It generated conversation. And you remember what happened? Then everybody was how come we had power? All of a sudden, you are announcing this to us. But I'll quickly go to the history. Between 2013 and 2016, we had the mother of oil and power crisis, which brought the name Dumso into this country. 2017, in fact, on 21st December 2016, after the NDC had lost power, the GridCo CEO then, under the NDC, wrote a letter to the ECGMD then to prepare a load shedding timetable for 2017 January. So indeed, when the MPP government took office in 2017, there was a load shedding that ran all the way to August 2017. Go and check.
I have never believed that Dumso was not resolved before Mahama left.
No, go and check. I'm giving you data. Me, I've told you I don't like people to...
You are saying data. You are not giving it to me.
Oh, no. No, so you can easily verify because it's here. I'll give it to you. But the GridCo CEO wrote, indeed, even in 2017, the Dumso ran all the way to somewhere August until the country found the money, which has always been the issue. The major part of the issue, money to pay the over $2.1 billion debt that was sitting in the energy sector, where the IPPs then were threatening that if you don't pay us, we don't even have money to buy fuel to power plants. Eventually, what happened was that, like Honorable John Jinapo was saying, the people don't care what the issues are, whether it is money, whether it's transmission, whether it's ECG. He said it. They don't care. All they care is that there was power. Now, think about this. Immediately, the same NDC government left office in 2016. There was another government that for 8 years, whatever the issues were, transformers were weak, base stations were not there, bulk supply, whatever the issues were, they kept power on for at least 7 years. At least 7 years out of the 8 years. We had issues in 2024. Indeed, in 2024, it was obvious that it was a money problem at the time. Nobody denied that. It was obvious that it was a money problem at the time. And for 8 weeks in 2024, there was massive energy challenges in 2024. That is admitted. But if immediately after you come to office, after the 8-year period of we having relatively stable power, out of your 16 months, you have given us 7 months of energy crisis. We have a reason to be worried.
No, but then that's
please, I beg you, that's true. And I'm coming to that. That is a fact. Please, that's a fact. That's a fact. It is not true. It's a lie. It's a lie. Listen to me, something. And this is where I have a problem with the minister.
7 months?
Yes, I'll give you the data. Relax. This is where I have a problem with the minister. In this country, nobody needs education on Dumso. If there is anything every Ghanaian, even a 7-year-old knows properly defined, it's Dumso. So don't come and give
But the Ghanaian has also been told that there is Doom CAC.
They don't need, that's why they didn't accept it. Which Ghanaian never accepted Doom CAC? Have we heard us talk about it? We never accepted it. We didn't. We know the definition for Dumso without doubt. We don't need a minister to come and tell us that I have data to show you what is Dumso. We know it. And that is why in the past 2 months, everybody in this country went on a red alert, knowing clearly that we are in the same situation. And I'll give you what I mean by 7 months. See, January when the announcement was done, we went back and forth. Then in February, February to March 2025, the crisis deepened. February 2025, Nana Mwesi, the IES Executive Director, actually told us that if we don't deal with it and deal with it decisively, we would have the doomsday running all the way in 2025 till end of the year. It is here. It was reported on your portal. Now, we realized that the government needed to raise some money, almost about $75 million, and give to NGAS, which the government could not raise the money, for which reason we had the issues. That is what led to this government, the finance ministry, coming up with the doomsday levy. When was doomsday levy passed? June 2025. If you are telling me that what I am telling you about the crisis in 2025 was a lie, are you telling me that that's at June 2025, there were no crises in this country? There were. The reports are there. That is why you introduced the 1 cedi per liter to be able to deal with the matter. And I will even give you further details. In August 2025, that was when it was announced to us. In fact, on July 8, 2025, John Jinapor announced that Italian gas supplier Eni would temporarily shut off some gas so that there would be some, issues. People said they didn't believe him. They said, no, you are lying. It is part of the same problem we have. I said, no. I am explaining to you why you are going to have your power switched off. But remember, John himself has already defined what doomsday is. He says, doomsday is when your light goes off, comes on, goes off. It doesn't matter whether it is transmission, transformer, gas shut down, it doesn't matter. So long as your light is going off and going on, it is what? It is doomsday. And this was on July 8th. In fact, it ran from July 8th to 13th, 2025. Then there was a formal declaration. That is where I need you to bring his mind to. On August 21st, 2025, speaking at the Atuabo gas processing plant in Lemele district, Western region, Jinapor made the formal and explicit declaration that the crisis has been resolved. This is what is, and I quote him, upon assuming office, I inherited a challenging power sector situation. Gridco's records for 2024 revealed persistent pattern of load shedding, which he said this morning, culminating into a significant shortfall of over 700 megawatts in December 2024. Several months now, we have maintained stable power, and I tell you today that there is no more load shedding. That is John Jinapor. Clearly, if you sit here today and tell me that there was no energy crisis in 2025 and it wasn't 7 months, even the 7 months I have been charitable. Because the time he was doing this formal declaration, we were in August 2025. Remember, the doomsday levy came in June 2025 to address the same challenge. This year, at least, if not for anything, since February till today, we have energy crisis. Since February to today, we have energy crisis. Let's discount both years. Let's give 5 months in 2025 and forget the August.
What is a crisis?
No, hold on. The crisis is like you wake up in the morning, your light goes off 3-4 times in a day. You don't know when it is coming up. You don't know when.
I haven't had that since February.
Oh, then lucky.
That's why I'm asking. What is
then lucky you? Then lucky you. Because even the ECG MD himself has said that this thing that the minister is saying is over is going to continue for another 6 months or so. Listen, I have the info. It's not here. I'm not the one saying it. The ECG MD himself has said that what we are experiencing, we should keep in mind that is likely to run for another 6 months.
If it had been a crisis, do you think Ghanaians would have waited until 2 weeks ago or so to begin shouting all over the place about how they are losing things in their fridge? And
nobody waited until. You see, the thing is it's not about waiting until. It is about how much you're able to endure. So the endurance is what you should be talking about. Because if my light goes off for 1 week, I may not necessarily have a reason to complain.
No, as for doomsday, if it goes off consistently for a number of days, you don't even have to wait for a week.
So the noise is likely
there will be a natural response, reaction.
The noise is even likely to heighten the more you go forward. The more you go forward, the noise is even likely to heighten. The point here is this, Samson. You and I know that the Kosomo being fixed yesterday, as it doesn't change anything from what we've been experiencing. That is the fact. What we need to understand from the minister are these. One, you had a prognosis to the energy sector before you became minister. Fortunately, we have a minister who was a ranking member on energy and had absolute deep understanding of the sector. You told us what Doomsor was. You went ahead to define what you believe are the issues that is affecting our energy sector. And this morning, he has even itemized some of them. What we need are these. What is the situation with ECG? We know that about 30% of the power that we are even generating is just going out in waste, and we have to find money from elsewhere to pay. He said, and the minister said when he was in opposition, that in 100 days, he will make ECG efficient. It's been 16 to 17 months. What is the situation with ECG? Are we still losing 30%? If we are, then don't tell us you've resolved. You've done nothing. Because the true problem in the energy sector, as you yourself say,
it's work in progress, as you say.
No, but where are we? Because the level at which we are would give us the comfort as to whether we should take your work as being resolved or not. Number two, you came to tell us that we should contribute some money towards giving us stable power. So date, since we started contributing that money from somewhere June or July, we haven't had stable power. So the question we are asking is, how much have we received in that Doomsor tax? What has that Doomsor tax what has it been utilized for? The items for which the Doomsor tax have been utilized, do they go towards resolving and making our energy sector stable?
But you have been aware that the debts that were sitting there have largely been cleared, all of those things. They've done quite a great job with that.
So you know what? When we came to office in 2017, there was $2.1 billion debts left by the NDC. We paid all.
Hey,
and
please. I have the figure. You left.
Okay, Dennis, I move on now, and I have to take a break.
When I listen, you see, don't cut me. Let me learn. When I say we paid all, it doesn't mean that there was no debt accumulation. No, listen.
I don't want to.
Okay, it doesn't mean that. No. It's no fact. The fact is that we paid your $2.1 billion debt. It doesn't mean that there was no debt accumulation. Even today, as you are paying
don't
debt.
say he wasn't in government.
No, but he's in government today.
He's acting as
even
a
today,
technical advisor.
Let me learn what he didn't. Even today,
he's a technocrat.
Even today, no, he's in government now. He's on a green letterhead. Technocrats are on civil service white letterhead. He's on a green letterhead. Even today, as we speak, they are paying debt with the Doomsor tax. We are still accumulating debt. It doesn't mean that they haven't paid off the 3.1 billion debt that they came to meet, but they've still accumulated debt. So that's the point I'm making. Now, when we have this information from the minister and we put it side by side by the final point I'm making, transformer installation, then we'll be able to make sense out of what he's saying. Because as I sit here, only God knows, I am probably the only person in this country that doesn't want to take that excuse of transformer change. Because something, transformer is only a step down. Transformers are localized. There are about 26,000 transformers in Ghana. You are installing, according to you, 3,000 transformers that MPP government bought and you came to meet. That's what you are installing today, 3,000 of them. How, in the name of God, should 3,000 transformer installation cause the kind of crisis we've seen since February? In any case, transformers are connected to a certain number of houses. Even in the same locality, there can be 4 or 5 transformers. In fact, you can have 2 houses facing each other on different transformers. So if you are installing 3,000 transformers, some said 3,000 transformers, there is no way that my home in Latte should suffer Doomsor when there is no transformer change in sight. I am getting light off at 1 a.m. and you are telling me you are changing a transformer. Transformers don't connect to each other. They speak to only the homes that they are supplying. And so that transformer conversation is the most dishonest, disrespectful excuse that any government can ever give to a people. So I beg the minister, whilst he is praising himself and using a Kosomo as a cover and as a mask,
Dennis,
to tell us that we should be assured.
Dennis, thank you.
That